Hello guys, welcome back to React. Have a wonderful day. Today we're going to be reacting to the original season 1 episode 5. This episode is called Sinners and Saints. So without further ado, let's dive into this reaction.
You're the one they call honorable.
Yes, that's what they call me.
Right away, Elijah's self-control over his hunger is mind-blowing. But then again, 1,000 years old.
I believe that you and I have the power to end a war between witches and vampires before it truly begins. I, by keeping my brother in line, you, by behaving as your true self, not some tool for Marcel or the witches.
If there's one person who could get to her, it's Elijah.
They're a faction of extremists. Sabine stupidly told them about some vision she had about the baby.
What kind of vision?
Pretty much that your baby would bring death to all witches.
Oh, well, I grow fonder of this child by the second.
This show is bae. Close to hatred of the witch is real.
The elders called a vote. We're moving forward with the harvest.
What the bloody hell is a harvest?
It's a ritual.
Rebecca's favorite word.
Our coven does
2
every
words,
3
bloody in
centuries
hell.
so that the bond
Bloody
to our
hell.
ancestral magic is restored.
What are you doing?
Saving the community you renounced.
You're all ridiculous. Monique? Seriously? My mom told me I had to.
The
They had
Vino?
the girls of our community preparing for months. 4 would be chosen for the harvest. They said that it was an honor. I thought it was a myth.
You and Marcel seem very close.
Marcel's my family.
And yet Marcel is someone who delights in harming the witches. Those people, I would think you would consider family. This doesn't trouble you?
No,
Why would you
What
say
did they
that?
do to
they're
you?
liars. All of them. They said our participation would bring our family strength, but all they really wanted was more power. So I left before they could get it. Soon, all the witches in the quarter will start to lose their power.
So what does it take to complete this ritual?
I have to die.
Oh wait, they mean sacrifice. They sacrifice some wishes to get more power?
Your sister's the one that told me Marcel ran the werewolves out of the quarter into the bayou, and last night, pretty sure that some guardian angel wolf saved my life. So I'm coming with you.
You heard Klaus. He and Marcel are heading right where you're going.
So distract them. And wouldn't Elijah be mad if he hears that the baby and I died of asphyxiation?
I'm starting to like her. I'm seeing friendship in progress here between Rebecca and Heidi. I'm loving the friendship so far. Not really saying their friends out loud, admitting the girl power part friendship, you know?
Why are you so curious about Davina?
If I had a 16-year-old all-powerful witch at my beck and call, you would wonder about her too. How did you meet her?
That might surprise you.
Wait, what?
You and Sophie. You hypocrite.
I am the only ally you witches have in this town.
Scare me off.
Do you really want to face Marcel without me? Because that is what you'll be dealing with if you go through with the harvest.
Everything okay in your Uncle Kieran?
I believe I've made myself clear.
Camille's twin,
We'll
right?
take this matter to the elders.
This is not the work of a vampire, it's the work of a witch.
Sophie tells me that the witches put a hex on his nephew Sean. Made it seem like
Hex.
he was slowly losing his mind in order to distract Kieran, while they kept planning for the harvest.
The reaping's just around the corner, and if they don't finish it before then, it's over. All I have to do is wait it out. All our power will drain away. I'll be normal. I can't control it sometimes. I hurt people, even when I don't mean to.
She's really
My
opening
best
up to
friend.
him.
Monique, she was a part of the harvest too. No one ever fought for me, but someone fought for her.
And who is that?
Sophie.
Sophie Devereaux.
This is getting interesting, y'all.
He also said to
harvest
stay out of the
thing
bayou,
is
and yet here we
such
are.
a cool
amongst the
concept, to be
cruelly
honest.
fuzzy creatures.
What the hell? An original?
A vampire.
And now that we've established that I am a failure as a sister and a friend and an original, you should probably know he's on his way to Marcel right now to rat me out.
I'll handle it. I'll need a distraction.
I'm on my way.
For weeks, they told us that the magic in the knife they used to cut our palms would put us to sleep, and that later at the reaping, we would all be resurrected.
No! Stop! Bastiana, stop!
They knew they're
You
gonna
have to
die,
stop.
right?
Bastiana, please don't do this!
Do you have faith?
Oh my god, this slaughter them.
Everyone involved in the ritual knew that this would happen.
No.
Except the 4 of us.
Even the
They
parents.
weren't putting us to sleep, they were slaughtering us. My own mother turned away from me.
Any mother who lets her child be killed in a ritual is no mother.
Yet you survived. Therefore, someone or something intervened.
Marcel.
Marcel.
Again,
You're the
huge
one who
respect
stopped
for
it.
him. She's a
I got you.
fighter.
There was something about seeing Davina fight,
She reminded him of himself.
you know?
I do. Marcellus.
And she reminded Klaus of Marcel. Something about the fact that he's the one who gave him his
I
name.
felt like she and I, we were kindred spirits.
Every girl who died released her power onto the next. When I was the last one, I suddenly had all of it. All
This
the
is
power that was
why
supposed to be
she's
released back into the
powerful.
earth to appease our ancestors.
The harvest was actually working.
Something was working, but they lied to us about how they were killing us.
So it's not a myth. If she dies, if they complete the harvest, so they will be resurrected?
A lot of them would like to get their hands on her and kill her to finish the harvest. If they don't, the other girls stay dead and they lose their power.
And if they do, you
The
lose
other
your...
girls stay dead.
Because you don't want to end up on the wrong side of me.
Oh, Rebecca Michelson.
Have fire.
Do not want to be on the wrong side of me.
Man who? Come on! Man who? Seriously?
Heard they were going after some pregnant werewolf. She was stupid being out there all alone.
Yeah, she was, wasn't she? It's amazing how gullible some people can be.
This power that you contain, drawn from your fallen friends, it's too much for you. You need control, which requires study and practice. And my mother was a very powerful witch. She left behind her grimoire as a legacy of books filled with spells. If you free me from here, I can share them with you.
The witches manipulated me. You know how that ended.
This is not manipulation. I'm offering you a deal.
Where'd he go?
He didn't tell you he was leaving.
Do you think he realized we were stalling him?
He was stalling us.
Damn, Marcel!
Okay, now's our shot. What's wrong? What's happening?
I don't know. There's something dangerous up there.
She playing him?
Take me back. Elijah? You'll keep your promise about your mother's spellbook?
I will.
For 8 months since you left, I've been running this town just fine. I don't need you coming back and getting in my business. I will do what I want, where I want.
You want to call the shots? Fine. But I call the shots with the humans.
This guy's intense.
So, I would suggest one thing. Stay away from my niece.
Fine. Who the hell's your niece?
Camille, baby.
The harvest ritual. You said you didn't believe in it. Were you right?
She's wrong.
You will not take Davina from me. End of story.
Don't mistake me for one of your Nightwalker lackeys, Marcel. I can take Davina anytime I like.
Do forgive me, Marcel. If anyone is to teach my brother a lesson, it's me.
I don't ruin a perfectly fabulous pair of boots traipsing through the bayou for just anyone.
Exactly.
Nick, finally, what?
Oh. Oh. There's something here. Something going on with Elijah and Haley. How did I miss the signals? That was kind of a Debbie
Mario,
Ryan face.
Was your first plan to kill Niklaus?
Excuse me.
You're back.
I'm back.
Ouch.
Don't make promises you can't keep. Welcome home.
I got a second-hand embarrassment for Elijah here. Poor Elijah. He's been used as a pincushion for God knows how long, and then he finally comes back and he gets slapped.
8 months ago, Sophie Devereaux and her sister Jane Ann lost everything. Now, 4 months after that, a young pregnant girl wanders into their restaurant. Suddenly, all hope is renewed. We thought we'd come here to wage a war for power. This is about family. In order to return her niece to life, Sophie Deverell will fight to the death and makes her more dangerous than anyone.
Twist. Love the backstory we got in this episode. The witches can go real dark sometimes. Venus' family and the coven betraying her and the other girls. The brutality of it all is just heartbreaking. Now, Davina and Marcel's relationship makes so much sense. In 5 episodes in, and I can tell that this show is kind of more darker than the Vampire Diaries. The gothic atmosphere, witch covens sacrificing children. So yeah, it's a little bit more darker. Also, the family bond is really, you know, strong in this one. Not just blood bond, but, you know, family in general. It doesn't have to be blood related. For example, Klaus and Marcel and Davina. You can tell that Marcel kind of became a surrogate father figure to Davina. In the same way Klaus was for him. Especially that both the relationships kind of like started the same way. Under very similar circumstances. This episode definitely flipped the script because so far they made Marcel look like a villain, you know, and that the witches somehow are, you know, wronged and innocent, but it turned out that the real villains are the witches. This episode changed my perspective on Marcel a lot. Like, we got introduced to Marcel as this asshole villain who kills witches, and Davina as Brad's powerful child witch. But now we know who they are. Davina practically is a baby. And even though things are kind of bad now, what with Klaus plotting against Marcel and stuff, and that there's no trust between them two, but you can feel that there's, you know, some care there. Like, you can tell that Klaus cares about Marcel. Marcel still cares about Klaus. So I really want to see a relationship development there. I'm actually really looking forward to it. This episode really helped put things into perspective and I really love it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my reaction and see you in the next video.